Welcome to my August Empties, where we will be discussing the remains of all of the beauty products I used up in August. Beauty, etc. So I noticed that the first thing on top is a candle. So this is the etc. This is the Trader Joe's Honey Crisp Apple Scented Candle. This is a good one. I really love the Trader Joe's candles. They're nice and cheap. And the majority of them do not trigger my asthma, so this one's good. I am more of a gourmand fall girl, so not like absolutely essential for me, but I do like that one. Here we have an Amazon's Basics Eczema Soothing Moisturizing Cream. I use this up because I bought a 3-pack of this for David for his eczema, and he did not like it, so I just use this one up just to do it. But it's like really thin, and this container like isn't really the right kind of packaging for it because it's such a, like, it just slips right out of the packaging. Yeah, it's really not the right container for this. I think if you put this in like a pump tube it would be better, but not what he's looking for eczema. He prefers the Gold Bond that's a lot thicker and you know, more protective. This is the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I actually quite liked this. Do I need to run out and get it again? No, because I have other oils. But what I like about this is that it's an oil with also like serum essence kind of benefits. So it doesn't feel like you're putting an occlusive total oil layer on. So I did end up really liking this. It's very glowy, it's very hydrating, moisturizing, all of the nice things. I don't like that this only has a 6-month shelf life. It did take me a little longer than that to use it up, and it's also kind of expensive for what it is. You know, I definitely have other products that cost less. I would say the most comparable thing. I have also been a very big fan of the Beekman milkshake, and I feel like it's really similar to that. And the Beekman is a much better price point because it's a much larger package. But I do like this product. I wouldn't say don't get it, but know what you're getting. And there are other options if desired. This is the Bioma Balancing Face Mist. This was nice. I went through it pretty quickly. It's a spray. It was a nice spray, but it wasn't anything that I'm like, oh, I have to run out and get that again. This was a FabFitFun. I think it was an add-on. So that's why I tried this, and it was sitting around for a minute, and I'm glad I used it, but it's not something that I need to run out and get again, but it was a good one. I haven't used a lot of Bioma, so that was kind of new to me. This is the last of those Necessaire body wash eucalyptus minis that I got last year on a promo. And I've decided I really don't like the eucalyptus, and it's essential oil, so my skin doesn't like it either. So don't need these anymore. In general, I'm kind of clearing out a lot of my Necessaire and just kind of trying to use things up and not get more. And it's nothing against the brand. I just feel like a lot of times it's more expensive than it needs to be, and especially since I'm trying to be more fragrance free and can't even really use the shower gels without getting irritation. Like, if you just get the fragrance free body wash, it's not that exciting. So it's just not as necessary. Although I have bought Necessaire for many years, I am pulling back from that. Another brand I've kind of pulled back from is Good Molecules. This is one of my final remaining Good Molecules products. This is the B5 Hydrating Body Serum, and it was nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I actually kind of got this thinking like, oh, I could use this instead of the Necessaire one. I do still have some the Necessaire from the 2023 Black Friday promo. So that's what I'm using right now for body serum, and I would love to get to a place where I could just have a really nice moisturizer and not feel like I need a body serum. So that would be nice. But yeah, this is a good product. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I haven't bought much from Good Molecules in a long time. This is the Jumiso Asun Airy Fit Daily Moisturizer Sunscreen. This is a good one. I got it from YesStyle, and they actually had a relatively recent expiration date. Like, I got it in the past 2 months, and they expire in October of this year, so I went ahead and used these up first. So I went through 2 of these. Actually, I went through one last month too. We have a Necessaire the Body Exfoliator. This is the fragrance free. I went back and was trying to see when I bought this, and I think it was 2022. That's how old these are. So really glad I used this up, and I still have another one in my shower. from about the same time that's also fragrance free. So definitely trying to get rid of some of my oldest products, and these are them. But yeah, this is a good exfoliator. It is fragrance free, so that's good for me. Also, you know, can be a little boring, so there's that. But yeah, it's a good one. I just don't need to run out and repurchase it. I want to try some other exfoliators. Another one of the body washes. By the way, I ended up using these up as hand soap, just because I realized they were irritating my skin to have the essential oils. So I had 3 of those. Was there? Oh, this one is actually just the fragrance-free body wash that I used up as body wash in the shower. Also good, but nothing that I need to run out and get again. This is the First Aid Beauty Pure Skin Face Cleanser. This is a nice one. I've used this in the past. It's always a safe repurchase. This is one that I got on FabFitFun as an add-on, which is about the only time I buy these anymore. I used to be really into this brand, and I just feel like I don't care as much anymore. I do like this product, but there's less and less products that I care about from First Aid Beauty. But this is a good one. This is one of David's Gold Bond Eczema Relief. He goes through these really, really fast. So on Prime Day, I bought 10 of these because he goes through them so quickly. That's my other Jumiso Awesome Airy Fit. Yeah, this was a good one. I liked it. Obviously, you know, like a lot of Korean sunscreens, I went through it really fast. We have the Frostbeard Studio, my favorite candle company, Old Books Candle, Age Paper Dusted Vanilla. Really like this one. I'm very fond of that scent. The Lush Lip Scrub. This is like my main lip scrub I'll get, and one of the things I love about it is that one of these will last me like the majority of the year. So it's a good value, but I just never find scents I like, and I don't know why I always try cherry things, because I always think they're going to taste like cherries, and what they actually taste like is Robitussin. So this to me just tastes like Robitussin, so I wouldn't recommend it, but the formula is really good. I like the lip scrub. The only one of those I really liked was cookie dough, which makes sense because I love gourmand things. This was an old Necessaire freebie that fell apart, but it's the little scalp massager, and I really, really love this. But I did also have the Sephora one, and no, this will not snap back together. We tried. But I did also have the Sephora one, so that's what I'm using now. But these little devices are really nice. I don't think you can even buy this. I think it was just like a promo item, but it was very nice. Well, it lasted. I had it for a long time. This took me forever to use up. This is the SVR Cream Palpebral, and I got this when I was having a whole bunch of eye eczema, and it turned out that I was allergic to my nails. And so a lot of things were, you know, I was just really, really irritated for a long time until I figured out that that's what was going on. So I was looking for relief anywhere I could get it, and I found this on Amazon, and it's a very nice eye cream. I used this one, and I used the La Roche-Posay one. I like the La Roche-Posay a little better because it was really hygienic. Like it had an airless pump, which was really nice, and it was a little bit bigger. But this one actually was quite big, and it lasted me a very long time. And this one has a 9-month shelf life, and that's basically about how long I've been using it. So it took me a long time to empty this one, but it was good. I don't think, because it's just kind of, you know, for eczema, so there wasn't anything particularly like skincare reparative about it, like nothing special. So I'm not like running out to get this again, but if you have eye eczema, it could be a good one. This is the Inkyless Q10 serum. It was fine. Nothing I need again. Yeah, I think Q10 would be a good ingredient to use, but in general, I'm trying to move away from these like single ingredient products, just to streamline and use, you know, fewer products that do more things. It was kind of thick too. I feel like I ran through it pretty quickly because it was a pretty thick texture. All right, we're coming to the end of this one. An actual makeup item. This is the Romand Lip Mate Pencil. The shade is Fig Breeze. I carried this around for a long time. But there it is. It's a very pretty color, and it's a nice smooth formula. And it was pretty generously sized, so I was pretty excited that I used this up. Another makeup item. This is the Beauty Pie Master Suite, another thing that took quite a while. This is a really nice hydrating lipstick, and these two, of course, you can see, were pretty nice together. I swear that's gone. There's like the tiniest bit left, but basically I stop when it gets to the point where I'm like smearing it on my face. This also has a really nice, to me it smells kind of like Cadbury chocolate. I've always thought the Beauty Pie lip products smell like Cadbury chocolate. But yeah, I do really like this, and I really like this formula. Of all the Beauty Pie lip products I've tried, this is my favorite one, and I've used up a couple of these, which is pretty cool. This is the Numbuzin Vitamin Concentrated Serum, the 5. It's very nice. It is what I'm using now as my antioxidant, or a antioxidant serum. Kind of using this like instead of vitamin C, because I rarely find a vitamin C that I get along with. This is good. I have repurchased it, and I'm still using it currently. All right, I think this is the last thing in this one. And this is another exciting lip product. This is the Milk Odyssey gloss, and the color is Adventure. This one is like a really nice lilac. I like it quite a bit. It's very pretty. And this was in last year's like Christmas mini kit. So this is actually a mini, and I think it's 0.1 ounces. Yeah, 0.1 ounces, which is the size of some full-size lip products. So I really liked that. I think it's very nice. I am not going to get it in. I still have 2 more from last Christmas's kit. But I did really like this color. I love like a light lavender iridescence. That's like the best. So I love that color. I think that's all of the makeup, I believe. Coming over into this bin, we have the O'Keeffe's Working Hands. I was really excited when I found out that they made giant ones of these. So this is a 7-ounce tube, and this is actually the second one. The first one I used mostly as a hand cream, and this one I used mostly as a foot cream because I was kind of testing out to see if I thought that I might be allergic to acrylates, but I think that my allergy is more to the adhesives in nails. So I think that's why I have the nail issue. So I think acrylates just on their own might be fine. So I probably will get this again because it's a really, really good hand cream. It also works very nicely on my very dry feet. So it was a good foot cream too. This is one of my all-time favorite lotions, the Ilione Ceramide 8.0 Concentrate Cream. I've gone through lots of these. This particular tube was 200 ml. I've gotten these for years. They do change the formula pretty regularly. But honestly, I think I just want to try sticking with some cheaper options, just because this is something I would go through really fast. So for the price and the fact that it's imported and all that, it's just more expensive than other comparable things. I've also had some really good luck with some of the Gold Bond moisturizers. I'm trying some of those right now. I'm trying the Naturium, and that's been really nice. So I'm still kind of shopping around for my perfect, like, the one body moisturizer that I'm going to use forever. And I don't know if I'll ever do that because I like trying lots of different stuff. But I do love this one. It is a fave I always go back to. But I don't think I would buy it just like as a body lotion all the time. I have often bought this for face, and that's really nice too. This one's sad because I'm not planning on getting fragrance lotions anymore, but I do really love this Posh Chocolate shower gel from Lush. It is amazing. I love the regular Posh Chocolate that comes in the tub. It's like really creamy. And I love the white chocolate one that's like white chocolate and rose. And that's kind of been my like Valentine's Day treat. Like I'll buy those once a year. And then this one came out this past Valentine's Day, and it's wonderful. But I got to a point where I realized I just wasn't using it because I know like fragrance tends to irritate my skin, and this does have essential oil in it, which is usually even more likely to be an irritant for me. So there's just kind of a point where I'm like, why am I getting these things that irritate my skin to put on my skin? It just doesn't make sense. So I am currently using the very end of this as a hand wash. I just put it in an old container and am using it as hand soap right now, and then the plan is to not buy this again, which is going to be really hard because this stuff smells amazing. So that is sad. In general, I really like Lush products, but the majority of them just don't work because of my fragrance allergies and also asthma. So I love Lush scents, but I have to be careful because some of them can set off asthma. This is just one of David's bar soaps. He likes this. I've been buying him the Dove Sensitive. And another one of his Gold Bond eczema creams. And then this is a recent thing I found. CeraVe started doing this anti-dandruff hydrating shampoo. And this particular ingredient is supposed to help promote hair growth, which is a lot of why I wanted to try it. So I kind of bought this for both of us. I am a big fan of the Morocco Method shampoo, but the Morocco Method shampoo is much more expensive. And I wanted to try this ingredient, the Perthione zinc, which is like an anti-dandruff ingredient, but it's all supposed to promote hair growth. So yeah, I just kind of alternate this with my normal Morocco Method CSM shampoo. Obviously this one's much cheaper, and it's a good one for me to get for David because this is $10 a bottle, so it's a lot more economical. He washes his hair every single day, so it doesn't make sense to like hand him a Morocco Method. This is something I went a little nuts and stocked up on, and I kind of overstocked, but I love this cream. It's the Stratia Interface Peptide Cream. And what I really love about it is it's basically a serum that is also your face moisturizer. It is light, so it wouldn't be like my only moisturizer year round. A lot of times I'll put another moisturizer on top, but it's a really advanced peptide cream. So that is why I love this one, and it is a frequent repurchase. What else do I have in here? This is just one of my Morocco Method CSM shampoo minis that I traveled with. And then also a travel thing, I get these Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Body Lotions, fragrance-free on Amazon, and I think 3 of them ends up being around $9. So it's a good option for, it's just kind of hard to find a fragrance-free body lotion. And so this is one of the best. I've repurchased this in the past because it's just a good travel lotion. It doesn't take up a lot of room because it's the 2.5 ounces. So I have taken those on planes. And I think this is the very last thing in here. This was from my Sephora birthday gift. It's the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Triple Peptide Cream, and I was using this for travel this past weekend. It also came with the serum that's the really expensive barrier serum. And honestly, the serum mini that I had from the Sephora birthday gift was so small. I swear it only lasted me like 2 applications, and I was just like, this gift is ridiculous. But it was the option that was available online. And I do really like Skin Fix products, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. So that is all of my trash for the month of August. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next month.